I believe the semifinals start to be best of five in the upper bracket, and this is an upper bracket match. So Belial will be going on to face Alpha in the quarterfinals, and if he wins, closes this out, of course. And the loser will be knocked down to the lower bracket to face one of either DJ or Ben. I don't think that match has been played yet.
Oh, I think that's still upcoming, yeah. But yeah, going into Ninja Village the second time, and I also wanted to mention we already had some crashes, for example, in the game with Foodie, where Foodie had a really big crucial crash in Crash Room that kind of lost him a minute, over a minute. So even that can happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. We obviously hope it doesn't. It would make for an entertaining race if Belial's game crashed.
But yeah, we don't want that.
We
So
do no,
I
no, we
don't.
don't. We don't. Okay, maybe a little bit, but no, not really. All right, Shard game once again for the runners as the Western Hero floats on in.
I would guess 3, maybe. No.
Big no. Both
No,
races.
no, 0 shots today.
Demon King's got nothing in his pockets for the runners. You hate to see it.
Yeah, maybe Demon King is kind of preparing for Halfling versus Shadow already, but we
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe. Yeah, speaking of which, we'll talk about that while we get the transition here between Ninja Village and Autumn Hills. We got another match coming up today at 7:30 Mountain, so that's 9:30 Eastern. It's going to be Shadow versus Halfling. And then we've got a couple days break. We're going to be, depending on what happens with other matches that get scheduled, but as of right now, the next two matches that are scheduled are happening Tuesday, December 27th. That's Croquette versus Zero the Cat. And Wednesday, the 28th, is going to be Nori versus Dino grudge match as far as I am remembering. I might be wrong on that.
But yeah, Crockett versus Zero Cat, I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, coming back into Autumn here. Beautiful top blocks by Belial, and as you can see, already kind of getting that small edge more and more, I would say, over the course of Autumn. Both runners are totally fine on charts, so we will see nothing fancy here going into the shop.
Yeah, Belial had to go all the way to the right to collect all the shards on the way down, whereas Jangle did not, however. So a little bit of a time save there for Jangle. And as you mentioned, by the way, Zero the Cat has been grinding the absolute heck out of this game. Won the rookie tournament and has continued to improve her time. So looking forward to see how she progresses and everybody progresses throughout the course of this tournament. But yeah, it's been real impressive to see her progress, both in 8-bit and linear and other assorted things that she's been doing.
Yeah, Belial, beautiful boost here through the spike pit. Jangle as well gets white boosted and jumps over the kappa. Still non-believers for the alpha plan, so please Nufi change that. But besides that, beautiful Autumn so far from both sides.
Yeah, this time Jangle didn't get handcuffed in the spike pit like he did in the first match, so it's going to be a little bit closer here than we saw in game number 1, still inside of a one-room separation here. So we saw a nice clean transition from Belial here in game number 1. Really hugging that spike. Does the same again, getting a little bit of a beard shave there from the first spinner. And damage boosts through the second and is on his way to...
Yeah, kind of equal water room from both sides, like in the first game. And yeah, also I think what about the gap that is kind of getting bigger and bigger. It was roughly the same coming from game 1. So yeah, Jangle
nice clean
not going
spike
for
towers for both.
Jangle not going for the extra shards here. So let's hope he has enough shards at the end. But yeah, he's kind of close to Belial right now with the shard counter, so it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be okay. He's got a couple extra, 5 extra, I believe. Did get shurikens there off of that lantern. Does unfortunately spaghetti up the wall, so has to wait for the spike to transition. Yeah, drops down for some extra just in case. You don't mind seeing that at all. Did not see Scary Berry, by the way, from Belial, if you were wondering about that and you are just joining this match in game number 2 between these two runners. Belial taking the first one, leading the series 1-0. Did not go for Scary Berry in match number 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, kind of got stuck at the wall. This can happen. Sticky Ninja, we just hate it. But besides that, beautiful Autumn by Belial. So
yeah, well, to be fair, Storm, this game is created by Canadian devs. So, like, the ninja almost assuredly has maple syrup on his fingers, like, at all times.
I never thought about that. And yeah, Belial, I guess he would not go for Scary Berry in round 2. Maybe he's, feeling it right now, but I would assume he's not going for it.
Kind of a big sigh from him actually entering that fight. I don't think he was terribly happy with his Autumn, even though it looked very, very good. Oh, he is going to jump through, going for the Scary Berry. Shurikens are in
nice
and gets it. Very nice.
Belial going for Scary Berry. GG. Kyle would be proud.
Heck yeah, Kyle. Kyle's a cutie.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle Berry.
All right, Catacombs did give Belial a little bit of trouble in match number 1. Did not get through on the butt boost and did not go for Cutie Crusher. And also the first cycle in this room coming up. He had a little bit of spaghetti. Looking to clean that up most assuredly for game number 2 here. Delta not too massive between the runners. Look at like maybe 20 seconds or so, which is pretty good given the disparity between the runners' PBs. You'll like to see the battle from Jangle, and it looks like the movement here is cleaner from Belial this time in this first room.
Yeah,
he's going to get the cloud
really
step up.
So
Yeah, he's got that cycle.
Yeah, going into the gauntlets. So if Belial can kind of correct his butt boost in the second time here, it should be a really good Catacombs coming from him.
Mm-hmm. No turtle boost there from Jangle. Haven't seen him do any of them throughout the course of this series so far. So that's not too much of a surprise. Does get the butt boost strat, does Belial on the left side of your screen. So, maybe just kind of needed a warm-up. Don't know what his practice has been like.
Yeah, I think he did a couple of warm-up runs, but they were pretty rough, to be honest. So, but yeah, it can happen. So, especially in race environments, it's a different feeling.
Mm-hmm. Might have just been taking advantage of his bye and, taking care of life stuff, heading into the holiday break here. So.
Yeah, and also the coffee needed to kick in. So.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, can I relate to that? I'm on cup number 2 right now, and I'm still not feeling it.
Yeah, Jangle unfortunately get a little bit stuck here and there. So despite that, it's looking really good for him, but has a bit too much sticky ninja right now. That's kind of unfortunate.
Reacting to it fairly well though, not getting hung up too much on those walls. Definitely not as much as could be happening. So Badonkadonk did not give Belial any troubles, did not get bound up in the strat, as it were, on the first match, going forward a second time. Ooh, doesn't get the second slash in there. So, unfortunately, he's going to have to watch this little cutscene and lose the mythical 8 seconds that every speedrun strat either gains or loses.
Yeah, I think especially with that hit on that whistle, that can really puts you off in your whole Badonk setup, at least. For me, as an example, it really puts me off if something like that happens, but Belial got a really nice fast fall.
Mm-hmm. Jangle 0 for 2 on the Badonks, by the way.
Yeah. So at least we had one Badonk right now in the series. So let's see how our Lord and Savior Waxen will decide this time for Belial. Last time he got a... the savior of certain PBs.
Yeah, it can for sure. It's always good, like, especially as you're learning a game. But even if you're at a high level and you like miss something pretty important, in one of your PBs, but to be able to like race against that in further PB attempts always feels nice to know that you have like larger time saves ahead of you.
Yeah, so let's see, Waxen. What will you do?
Oh,
Low
low again.
Waxen again. Waxen not feeling it. The same mistake happened Belial in the last low Waxen fight. Unfortunately, now it happened twice. But yeah, it should still be fine. Maybe 1 or 2 more extra seconds of low Waxen.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what will Jangle get? High Waxen again.
Nice.
And I think we're also a bit closer this time. So,
yeah, they are.
So that High Waxen will put Jangle a bit more towards Belial this time.
Yeah, that was definitely something that Jangle needed. Actually, 2 things in Catacombs that Jangle really needed is for Belial to miss Badonk and also the High Ruxton kills. So entering Bamboo Creek, much closer match than what we had in Game 1 for sure.
And if we remember that Belial died, unfortunately, on Arcane, if Jangle can just kind of stick and minimize the gap between both of them, this could be enough for Jangle to kind of get the edge here.
Yep. This match so far looking like it could end up being a steal. But still a lot of game left to go, still about 20 minutes for the runners here, so nothing is assured. The delta entering this room Jangle's screen is about 18 seconds between the runners, so definitely within striking distance for Jangle, especially if something goes wrong in Bamboo here for Belial, maybe misses the B2, coming up on BC 11 in a few rooms. Did have trouble with the tree. Yeah, he gets it this time.
Nice. Yeah, I think Ron said that already. The tree skip is even more scary than BC 11 in the stage.
Yeah, this tournament, tree skip has kind of been like oddly terrifying. Not something I would have expected to.
Oh, Belial kind of misses the first nice N2, but yeah, unfortunately misses or kind of had problems with the B2 setup, so he needs to go for N2, but really fast N2 setup by Belial.
Yeah, very good backup from him. Jangle's going to be coming up on BC 11 here shortly as well. We'll see how this goes. Did get its second try on the N2 setup in match number 1, so he's going to wait out for the second projectile there. And again, just a little short on the 1 tile. Second attempt, though, is low this time.
Gets it. Third try. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately... now Steelheart is also making some problems. Yeah, we'll lose a bit of time in BC 11. But yeah, that's BC 11.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the exact same. That's BC 11 for you. This stuff just happens.
I mean, we saw even people going for strats like A2, where you take the elevator straight to the top. I don't know who did that, but yeah, I heard it happened.
You know, sometimes. You just can't be bothered. You're just like, nope, I want a chill ride up to the top. Thank you very much. Alright, so we have our wingsuit attack now on Belial's screen, entering Grotto. Shard count looking very good for Jangle as well. Probably looking at roughly a 28-second separation now between the runners. I haven't been keeping track of the time for Belial's Grotto. Ooh, not going to get the Godfall. Oh! Oh, nice sort of like secondary semi-Godfall. Kind of clung to the wall there at the top and then was like, nope, I'm just going to go for it, and nails the second half of that. That was impressive as all get out.
Yeah, American Eagle for you. Always coming out with swag.
Fly like an eagle. His name's Belial. Alright, DK skip again for Belial. Ooh, gets the knockback.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it with DK skip.
Yep. Yeah, you need the room to go pretty much perfectly heading into that spinner. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Does kind of get a semi back up there with the damage boost, getting the iframes. Does save a little bit of time. Heads up play from him for that. Ooh, Jangle in the meantime, getting a manicure from the spikes. But does manage to not take any damage on that fall.
Oh yeah, Belial not looking too happy right now, but yeah, I can relate.
I mean, especially in a race setting, like it just feels bad, right? Like you're doing PB attempts, you hit reset, but in a race setting, you got to keep pushing.
Ooh, Belial getting Godyeet. Very nice.
DK is looking a bit questionable for Jangle here. No, not gonna get it. Second corner just wasn't quite clean enough.
But yeah, still overall pretty great Grotto by Belial besides these mistakes. But yeah, getting missing DK skip and something that can be really annoying. So yeah, last time Emerald for Belial, not really a problem. So I wouldn't assume something bad will happen here. And I think I think Django still beats. Yeah, kind of looks similar to last time, to be honest. So it's getting more and more. I don't know. I think Django kind of lost a lot of time in Grotto right now.
Yeah, he's kind of been playing it a little bit safer. But you saw there he was on 3 HP entering that room, so he was very slow with his wingsuit, which is a smart decision because taking a death loses more time, obviously, than just being a little bit slower with your movement. But yeah, it looks like the delta has definitely increased here in Grotto by a fairly significant margin. We'll get the timer for you. Once Jangle gets the Emerald Golem fight, the two-fist slam coming in at around 1610, second phase here. Damage boost into a top left kill. Very cleanly done. I think he only missed one attack on that, so very fast second phase for Belial.
Yeah, I think Grotto didn't went very well for Jangle. He lost a lot of time towards Belial in there. Yeah, we should be around a minute, I think. So yeah, Emerald kind of taking a minute, over a minute. I would assume we're in the minute gap now.
I'll get a more exact time for you here shortly as he wraps up the second cycle as we are heading into the hold right stage on Belial's side of the screen. And just under a minute, 59-second separation right now. As of Emerald Golem portion for Jangle. Still within striking distance, though, like that arcane death that we saw in match number 1 would definitely put Jangle in a position to get a steal here, but does probably need at least one Tower of Time death and a couple other smaller mistakes from.
Yeah, and a really big Tower of Time death because arcane is still fast, so it really sucks if you die in Arcane, but it's a more fast Tower of Time death compared to, I don't know, dying to a Hail Mary or dying somewhere in Tower, so...
As far as deaths in Tower go, Arcane's probably one of the better spots you can take a death, for sure.
So we saw a Peanut Butter boost by Belial, of course. Unfortunately, no PB boost from Jangle. Not ready to touch with Peanut Butter yet.
Well, you know, I have things to say about that I probably shouldn't, so I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, but he touches. Django just touched with Peanut Butter, so we're fine.
Oh, we're fine. All right, good. Yeah. We got to make sure that the commentary is kept on a leash in PG-13. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Belial going for the his kind of strat again and push him right now. So I think he found that strat as far as I remember. Pretty nice strat. Saves a lot of time if you nailed it, and yeah, he kind of nailed it. So should be great. Going into the bully room now, and Django making his way towards the famous bird with the welfare, but doesn't get the welfare.
Famous bird. All birds are jerks in video games. You cannot convince me otherwise. I don't think there's a single video game out there where birds are your friends.
Yeah, let me think. Pokemon, maybe? Maybe.
But like even then, like the same bird can be your enemy too. So like
Eagle Island. Okay.
Eagle Island. I'm gonna have to look that up, Nuvi. Might have to hold you to that. Maybe play it myself, see whether or not you're accurate. Quilshroom is done for Belial. Queen of the Quills is the fight here. Did get what was it, a right left in round number one?
Left right was the first one, so starting again with left. So I would assume a left pattern here, or queen is going towards the right again. Yeah, same pattern like last time. Okay.
All right. Well, Belial, those are spikes. Sorry, Jangle, those are spikes. Okay, so he avoided the spikes, which is good. But
yeah, he nearly jumped over spikes here in the poly room. That would be a bit too much. I mean, that room is scary already, and jumping up front into the spikes is not a good idea.
Listen, I get Doritos are delicious, but spikes are not Doritos. Just gamer pro tip for you.
Unfortunately, Jangle kind of hits the capper, so needs to wait. Yeah, smart decision to wait here. And Belial coming into cracks, and yeah, cracks. Everyone knows it is cracks.
Craig's is Craig's, and it can do Craig's things to you. And especially Kalos and Zeus, sometimes they like to double up and give you a whole bunch of pain and suffering, depending on the RNG that you get. And Belial in match number one did not get the best RNG, not the worst either, but definitely had some issues there. We do get a left first thing for Queen of the Quills, and Jangle takes a hit, unfortunately, and is not able to knock her down off of the rings.
Yeah, we see whips.
Yeah, we'll see whips, but she jumped down really quick.
Oh, Jangle got whipped. Oh my god. I just wanted to say, hopefully he doesn't get whipped, because he's pretty low on HP, but yeah. Dang. Queen found her first victim today.
Yeah. Jangle, as far as this race goes, pretty much couldn't afford that. Belial has not been making enough mistakes for Jangle to be able to take a death, especially that late in the fight, but it's okay, you know. It's a double elimination bracket, so Jangle's going to have an opportunity in the lower bracket to continue fighting, for sure. Barring any like severe mistakes from Belial here, which I don't anticipate.
I don't expect it. Belial would need to screw up massively with a couple of deaths next to each other. And yeah, nice teleport for Belial. And will we see his strat now? Yeah, no, we see it. The Belial only strat.
It's really interesting to see some of like the stylistic differences between runners in a video game. So Jangle's starting Craig's pretty much as Belial is starting the Kalos and Zeus's fight. We will get Orangey Boy first. Do we get a charge? Do we get a boulder? Do we get a team? Looks like we are going to get the kick into the ground pound.
Yeah, and without even exactly calculating the delta, so that would kind of mean that Jangle already has a 2-minute gap on Belial, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's close to that. It's got to be around a minute 45 at least, I would say. But yeah, we can get a better indicator for you once this both runners are done with the fight, and that is a 23:07 final blow for Belial. I will make a note of that over on my left side monitor. And it is time, as it always is at this point in the run, for the shovel please in the chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jangle making... Jangle, no! Please don't die. Oh my...
Oh. You know what? Doritos are spikes, and spikes are Doritos, I think is what Jangle's trying to tell us. The question is, for you, Storm, are they ranch, or nacho cheese, or spicy barbecue?
I would go with nacho cheese, to be honest.
Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese, spikes, and searing Craigs. You got it. Alright, second verse, same as the first, except for the falling down part. Yes, good job. Gets through that.
Yeah, to be honest, Jangle didn't really have a choice. He was in that bottom left corner, kind of... Yeah, cornered by the spikes. I think the death was the only solution, unfortunately.
And you know what? Fair enough. And it didn't look like he was trying too hard to avoid it either. He just kind of accepted his fate and was like, okay, I'll just float down and eat some spikes. In the meantime, Belial on the left side of your screen is absolutely demolishing Frozen Peaks, going through so fast at rocket speed that you can actually see the glacier melting in behind him. Just phenomenal gameplay and movement here from Belial. Oh, except for that, because I opened my mouth and...
Yeah, I wanted to go for the Brazilian ice climber strat, where you kind of skip one of the snow platforms, but yeah, unfortunately mistimed the jump, but yeah, still a phenomenal glacier over Belial.
Oh, Nori, why did you have to say the salsa verde Doritos? Now I'm hungry.
Ooh,
this is giving him a little bit of trouble, yeah, there with the wingsuit.
Yeah, it's really scary if you miss one of the jumps or if the ice platform is just falling down. You're kind of screwed in this last room of glacier.
Alright, I missed... No, I have the end of the fight marked as 23-7. So, yeah, we're at least 2.5 minutes behind here on Jangle's side. A couple unfortunate deaths. It is looking like a pretty solid fight here so far, though. Looks like Orangey Boy is down. Does, unfortunately, get a time-wasting people's elbow. Because that part of the fight was basically over.
And yeah, I don't know if Belial's watching the match, but he could take a really slow and relaxing tower now, but as I know him, he will not do it.
Oh, he's not going to, but he could.
he could, but...
Yeah. Wow, wouldn't that be like the biggest BM is like get up and go make a tea and then come back and still beat your opponent? Oh my god, how rude.
Kind of waiting in front of Arcane.
Alright, Glacial starting for Jangle. Had a pretty clean one in match number 1, to be fair.
Yeah, nice Mary by Belial, so... Going strong into tower, let's see, can he get the... Yeah, gets it this time. Good crusher skip. I don't know if Belial will go for free tile. I could imagine that Belial is doing stuff like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, if he is watching, you might just opt for like save tower strats, like you alluded to. Down to 1 HP in this Wizard Room, which is fairly anticipated for the strats that he's going for.
So fair sportsmanship here, by Belial.
Fair sportsmanship. Oh.
Not pulling out the swag strats.
No, but we'll get Kuni cycle there. I thought he was going to get stuck on the wall a little bit longer than intended.
Yeah, no HP drop again for Belial, unfortunately. So no laser boost or French.
No.
But we will see the famous Jesus fall by Belial. So yep.
Hands are tied when you don't get the health drop. You just have your strats limited. But that's okay.
Yeah, Django visited the Demon General here and making his way towards Tower of Time.
Well, this has actually been a really clean Glacial from Jangle, I have to say. Like, almost nothing has gone wrong. Does try to go for the one tile there, but misses it. I was going to set up here for the teleport as well. That is 2 for 2 on that teleport for Jangle. And yeah, this room is looking pretty... Yep, nice. That jump is just so sick. I love that jump. And he's up and through. Yeah, that was a sick Glacial for Jangle.
Yeah, and clean those ohos here by Belial. This is how it should look like in the first race, but yeah, he recovered pretty nicely in the first time when he hit a laser, so... I hope Belial doesn't mess up laser skip again, because I would imagine if he gets a 2 HP Arcane again, he would be pretty pissed.
But you know...
But it could happen.
It could happen.
Laser skip is, yeah, a weird strat sometimes, especially on nerves or on pressure. It's so easy to mess up.
Yeah. Looks good there, though.
Looks really good, yeah. But yeah, it's in the sub 30 range, so this can be a 4x or 5x sub 30. Yeah, I would say more 5x, but yeah, it can still sub 30 if he's fast on his arcane. Yeah, more 5x if he's pretty fast.
Yeah, there's 4x is no way.
Yeah, I always forget how much time it takes till arcane kind of pops up.
Yeah, the cutscene timing is just, it's hard for me as well to get in my head. It's going to be a little bit over the 30, but that's okay.
Yeah, 30.02 misses a sub 30 barely, but still amazing time by Belial, so GG for that.
Yeah, within 34 seconds of PB with low Rux and missed Badonk. Like, you can't really complain about that time, I don't think. Or at least I wouldn't. But I'm nowhere near his calibers. So yeah, Belial's going to be moving on to face Alpha in the quarters in the upper bracket.
That will be pretty sick. Alpha versus Belial will be such a huge matchup.
That could be a final.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
And it's going to be happening in the quarters. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for both of them to already face each other so early, you would say, in the tournament. But due to double elimination, even if one of them loses, they can still make their way up.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then they can have a rematch at the end of the upper bracket as well. So. No health drop for Jangle, so he's going to have to just do the slow wait out laser strats. Not a big deal. Will be on his way to Arcane Golem and also the lower bracket to face the winner of DJ versus Ben. That match has not been scheduled yet.
Oh, Jangle unfortunately misses the airstream, and yeah. Ninja has a few more holes into his butt now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Poor Ninja.
I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm just going to remind you that we have Shadow versus Halfling coming up at 7:30 Mountain, 9:30 Eastern, right here on GG Speedruns as the Messenger 8-Bit No Out of Bounds tournament. A new game continues. And, whoop, I accidentally clicked away. We are probably maybe going to get some matches scheduled depending on, where people are with their holiday plans between now and Tuesday. But if not, then our next match will be Tuesday, Space Croquette versus the Rookie Tournament winner, Zero the Cat. And then on Wednesday, we will have Nori versus Dino. Time waster? No, I glanced at the wrong time.
Yeah, we are still in the Walk of Shame. Yeah, I think this room doesn't have another name than Walk of Shame.
Could be the Bee Gees, maybe? You can tell.
Jangle wanted to go for the flag. Ohos, but unfortunately mistimed the grab and the damage boost and was kind of caught between the lasers and
A little bit, almost got the jump on that platform actually, but was just a little bit far to the right and ended up taking the second hit. Corbel showing up and reminding the runners to get good, as it sometimes happens. That's okay.
Oh, it looked a bit scary there, but yeah, he made it. He made it through. Has enough HP now for laser climb, potentially, in the last room.
Yeah, he wants to go for it. Credit to Jangle, by the way, for just closing out this race, because you go up an opponent of Belial's caliber, and you're 4 minutes behind. It'd be very easy to just say no, I'm done and forfeit. But he's gonna close it out, and you like to see it.
Yeah, Django touching the lasers at the end while trying to do this crystal abuse. He can be lucky that he had 5 HP there.
You gotta keep the hands warm, man.
But yeah, coming into Arcane now. Unfortunately, a lot of unfortunate deaths for Django. But it happens, yeah. Sometimes it just happens. Quabble is your friend, always reviving you, but you don't want to see him normally.
Bit of a jerk, yeah. Bit of a jerk. right, let's see. Ooh, gets swiped off by the left hand there, actually, and is forced to set up on the right hand instead.
Jangle wanted to go for the one tile, but unfortunately didn't get it.
A little bit of swag strats to try and close things out.
A little bit too much damage for me right now. The Jangle's getting here, but already at 1 HP.
My butt is clenched. It's very clenched. Okay, he closes that out. 34-53. GG to Jangle, making it interesting right to the end.